Africa's satellite revolution. Egypt launched NileSat 301 in 2022, the continent's first 8K broadcasting satellite with 15-year lifespan. South Africa's NileSat now tracks illegal fishing across 2 million square kilometers of African coastline daily. Nigeria's EduSat-1 beams free STEM lessons to 17,000 remote schools via quantum-encrypted signals. Kenya's Taifa-1 satellite maps soil moisture levels for 800,000 smallholder farmers every 48 hours. Morocco's Mohammed 6B satellite captures 50 centimeters resolution images for urban planning and drought response. The African Union's space policy mandates all member states to develop satellite tech by 2030. Ghana's GhanaSat-2 monitors gold mining operations to prevent $3 billion in annual revenue losses. Ethiopia's ETRSS-1 predicts locust swarms 6 weeks early using multispectral imaging. Algeria's Alcomsat-2 provides secure military communications across the Sahel region. Rwanda's Isirakizo satellite connects refugee camps to telehealth services via laser links. Tunisia's Challenge-1 CubeSat tracks Mediterranean pollution with AI-powered sensors. Angola's AngoSat-2 delivers Portuguese language education content to 30 million users. The African Space Agency headquarters in Cairo houses a $1 billion satellite manufacturing hub. Sudan's SRSS-1 detects underground water reservoirs using microwave radiometry. Zimbabwe's ZimSat-1 creates 3D terrain maps for flood prevention in cyclone-prone areas. Mauritius Mir SAT-1 monitors coral reef health through hyperspectral ocean scans. Libya's postponed space program aims to launch Africa's first methane-detecting satellite. Botswana's BotSat uses synthetic aperture radar to track elephant migration patterns. Namibia's planned desert launch site will reduce satellite deployment costs by 60%. The African Satellite Constellation Initiative now links 9 nations' orbital assets. Groundbreaking impacts. Nigeria's satellite-guided drones deliver malaria vaccines to 200 island communities weekly. South Africa's satellite data helped convict 47 rhino poachers through thermal footprint tracking. Egypt's crop yield predictions now achieve 97% accuracy using satellite soil analysis. Kenyan herders receive SMS alerts when satellites detect drought conditions within 5 kilometers radii. Morocco's earthquake early warning system provides 90-second alerts via satellite vibration sensors. Ghana's illegal mining crackdown recovered $400 million in 2023 using orbital surveillance. Ethiopia's satellite-powered irrigation systems increased wheat production by 1.2 million tons. Rwanda's orbital traffic management system prevents aircraft collisions across 46 airports. Tunisia's coastal erosion monitors saved 12 beaches using satellite wave pattern analysis. Angola's satellite-optimized oil pipelines reduced spill incidents by 82% last year. Zimbabwe's school feeding program now reaches 300,000 more children using satellite logistics. Mauritius' tsunami warning system gives 17-minute alerts through sea height monitoring. The AU's satellite malaria map identifies outbreak zones 8 weeks before cases emerge. Sudan's conflict mineral tracking reduced warlord funding by $120 million annually. Libya's planned satellite internet will cover 90% of the Sahara for nomadic tribes. Botswana's diamond transport routes now avoid 92% of robbery risks using orbital tracking. Namibia's satellite wind maps increased renewable energy output by 40% in 2023. The African Space Innovation Hub trains 500 engineers annually in 12 satellite specialties. Emerging space nations. Somalia's first satellite, Hornsat-1, will launch in 2025 to monitor illegal fishing in its EEZ. Benin's planned microsatellite program focuses on tracking transporter cotton smuggling routes. Malawi's maiden satellite mission will study Lake Malawi's algae blooms using hyperspectral imaging. Chad's space agency collaborates with China to develop sandstorm prediction satellites. Niger's upcoming AgSat 301 will identify optimal grazing corridors for 4 million nomadic herders. Innovative applications. South Africa's SANSA developed satellite-based lightning prediction systems for mine safety. Egypt's desert reclamation projects use satellite terrain mapping to identify 12,000 new farmland sites. Ghana's satellite-powered traffic management reduced across congestion by 38% during peak hours. Kenya's new orbital wildlife tags track elephant movements with 10-meter GPS precision. Morocco's satellite-guided drones plant 400,000 drought-resistant trees daily in the Atlas Mountains. Technology partnerships. Nigeria's space agency now builds satellites with 60% local components through Turkish collaborations. Rwanda hosts Africa's first SpaceX ground station for Starlink's continental connectivity expansion. Ethiopia's space program trains engineers through a joint program with India's ISRO. Tunisia's satellite manufacturing facility produces components for European Space Agency missions. Algeria's new satellite clean room meets ISO 8 standards for optical payload assembly. Youth and education. The African Space Academy in Egypt has graduated 1,200 engineers from 38 countries since 2020. Nigeria's satellite design competition for universities produced 3 flight-ready CubeSat prototypes. South Africa's zero-gravity experiments program selected 17 high school student projects for ISS deployment. Kenya's space camps have introduced 45,000 children to satellite programming since 2018. Morocco's Mohammed VI Polytechnic University offers Africa's only master's in satellite law. Commercial space. Uganda's Pearl Space startup manufactures radiation-hardened satellite circuits for 17 cents per unit. Ghana's first private launch company, Afrospace, will test suborbital rockets in 2026. Tanzania's Zantel Satellite Solutions provides IoT connectivity for 500,000 remote devices. The African Satellite Marketplace platform facilitates $220 million annual trade in orbital data. Mauritius's offshore spaceport project will host lunar lander tests starting 2027. Defense and security. Egypt's military satellites can detect underground tunnel construction within 3 hours. South Africa's maritime surveillance network tracks 98% of vessel movements around the Cape. Algeria's new early warning satellites monitor airspace across 8 neighboring countries. Nigeria's satellite intelligence helped intercept $800 million worth of smuggled crude oil. Morocco's border surveillance system reduced illegal crossings by 72% using orbital tracking. Climate solutions. The African Carbon Mapper Satellite Consortium identifies methane leaks from 600 kilometers altitude. Mozambique's cyclone damage assessment satellites deploy within 4 hours of storm landfall. Namibia's desertification monitors track vegetation changes at 10 centimeters resolution. Botswana's Okavango Delta satellites measure water flow rates across 3 countries daily. The Congo Basin Forest Satellite guards against illegal logging with automated chainsaw detection. Health innovations. Rwanda's epidemic prediction system uses satellite climate data to forecast disease outbreaks. NileSat, developed in Ghana, identifies mosquito breeding sites with 90% accuracy. South Africa's satellite-linked ambulances reduce response times by 15 minutes in townships. Ethiopia's vaccine delivery drones follow satellite-optimized routes to remote communities. The AU's Pan-African HealthSat monitors 12 waterborne diseases across major river basins. Agricultural breakthroughs. Zimbabwe's satellite soil analysis increased tobacco yields by 1.7 tons per hectare. Senegal's peanut farmers receive satellite irrigation advice via WhatsApp voice notes. Nigeria's flood-resistant rice varieties were developed using 8 years of orbital water data. Kenya's locust prediction system warns counties 14 days before swarm formations. Morocco's olive oil producers use satellite maturity indices to optimize harvest timing. Urban development. Egypt's new capital city was planned using 5 years of satellite traffic flow analysis. South Africa's informal settlement mapping satellites identify fire risks in 280 communities. Ghana's Accra expansion project uses orbital surveys to preserve 12 sacred groves. Algeria's earthquake-resistant buildings follow satellite fault line mapping from space. Tunisia's coastal cities adjusted construction plans using 40 years of erosion satellite data. Disaster management. Mozambique's flood satellites provide 240-hour advance warnings to 8 million people. Madagascar's cyclone response system deploys aid 3 days faster using damage assessment sats. The Sahara Early Warning Network combines 9 satellites to monitor 11 disaster risks. Uganda's landslide prediction system saved 4 villages in 2023's rainy season. Cameroon's volcanic activity monitors track Mount Cameroon with 1 centimeter precision measurements. Maritime economy. Seychelles satellite system tracks 100% of its 1.4 million square kilometers EEZ for IUU fishing. Mauritius's coral reef monitors identify bleaching events 6 weeks before visible damage. Angola's oil spill detection satellites reduced cleanup costs by $70 million annually. South Africa's port congestion monitors improved ship turnaround by 1.8 days on average. The Mozambique Channel Navigation System prevents 92% of maritime collisions annually. Cultural preservation. Egypt's satellite archaeology discovered 17 unknown pyramids beneath the Sahara. Mali's Timbuktu manuscript preservation uses satellite climate-controlled storage guidance. Ethiopia's rock-hewn church monitors track erosion at 0.01 millimeters precision. Zimbabwe's Great Zimbabwe Site Protection employs satellite movement sensors. The African World Heritage Satellite Consortium monitors 142 sites across 34 countries. Financial inclusion. Nigeria's satellite verified identity system enrolled 45 million unbanked citizens. Kenya's M-Pesa expansion uses satellite links for 1,200 new mobile money towers. South Africa's crop insurance payouts process in 3 hours using orbital damage assessments. Ghana's microloan approvals increased 80% with satellite farm productivity data. The AU's satellite credit score system helps 12 million Africans access formal financing.